Look at the Dundee United side, there it is. Billy Thompson, Coleman, Malpass, who is the captain and indeed captaining the side for the first time into a cup final. McAnally, the ex-Celtic player. Paul Hegarty, who was part of the side back in 1981. There are 4 members of that team here, very much the veterans. Neri, of course, was the club captain. Eamon Bannon, upon whom a great deal of responsibility rests. Kevin Gallagher, who might be one of the key players. Patalainen, the 21-year-old Finn. He doesn't look like 21, he looks much older than that, but he is. Ian Ferguson, who actually scored a goal against Dundee United for Rangers in a cup final, and a very interesting one at the end there. When Jim McLean was doing a piece for Sportsnight the other night, he said, look, it doesn't matter if these players have experience or not. If I think they've got the ability and the skill and nappies, they're going in. And that's the case. Well, Billy is beyond that. He's now just turned 19, was with the youth squad in Chile. Nerve-wracking for a young lad, Ali.
Oh, it's very nerve-wracking, but I admire Jim, because there's the old saying that you're old enough if you're good enough. But the key man for Dundee United is Gallagher. If Gallagher has the bottle to play well today, his pace will cause terrible problems to the Celtic defence.
There is the Dundee United support. It looks very sizable today. A support that has been, compared to other clubs, rather minimal. Not as big even in their own city as, say, Dundee itself, and yet very loyal. Followed them all around Europe. They now have seen some of the highest class football that you could possibly see in Europe as compared to some other football supporters in the country. We mentioned the day is almost perfect. There just is that very strong wind blowing straight down there. When we watch the game, it will be blowing from right to left. And that could be a problem of some kind or the other, particularly for defences. But let's get back to the pitch again, Ali. You were saying at lunchtime today it's as good as you've ever seen it.
Yes, I would say that without a doubt, Hampden Park is the best pitch that I've ever seen in my time here, and the players are absolutely delighted with it. It will suit the skillful players today, and marvellous performance on this pitch. I'm sure both teams will put up a great show.
I find it surprisingly lush.
Yes, it's the nearest I've ever seen to Wembley, and it's unbelievable. As I said, 7 weeks ago it wasn't anything like this. The groundsman should be complimented on the turnout of his stadium.
And there, of course, is the Celtic end. As I said earlier, they've come from all over the world. Very much like the Rangers supporters, there is nowhere you go in the Commonwealth country, the old Commonwealth countries, while you find some Rangers or Celtic supporter coming up to you, recognising you and say, well, we still watch the games here, still get them take for us and sent back. An idea of the fanatical support. And you can't have the Hampden Cup final without that stirring sight. The mass pipe bands. Getting a great reception from the crowd here. There's been a good deal of sporting banter in terms of chants between one side of the ground and the other, but I get the impression, Ali, that it's a good-natured final. I hope I'm not wrong, but there's a good feel about this.
Well, it was great to hear the reception that George Young got. Right, it was the typical reception you expect from the Celtic crowd, but it was good-natured, and there's not been one iota of trouble so far, and everyone looks as if they're in for an enjoyable afternoon.
Well, they're certainly going to enjoy themselves. I just hope they don't walk down Sucky Hall Street like that tonight. They'll have to have an explanation for that. It's good to see that, though. Nice colour. Indeed, colour splashed all the way around Hampden Park. Sometimes wonder how they can get up there and stay up. They look like the hippie version of the Andrews sisters. Well, there we are. There's a better shot of them now. And I think everybody is now looking towards a tunnel, and indeed, out come the team. To their respective halves for the presentation. We were assured, and there is the Prime Minister, Mrs. Thatcher, making her first public appearance. She's been at Hampden since about 1:15, and that is the first view we've had of her since she arrived. She's had lunch, and I think she's eagerly anticipating seeing a stirring and exciting game, and I hope she thoroughly enjoys herself. And supporters from both sides making the noises as the presentation party comes out. Mr. Dennis Thatcher has followed in the rear. There's Willie Ross, who used to be the Secretary of State for Scotland, chatting. Different political party, of course, but on a football occasion, that rapport exists in the expectancy of a fine football match. And Scotland the Brave, to signify the 103rd Scottish Cup final. Scotland the Brave, a stirring sound. The entire box of dignitaries standing up as it was played. And now the presentation of players. All down the line they go. Must be very nervous out there. Dave Bowman, Jim McInally, playing against the club that he left some years ago. David Neary, young Kevin Gallagher, whose grandfather Patsy Gallagher was one of the greats of the Celtic side of former years. Eamon Bannon, regarded by many, including Ali MacLeod beside me, as one of the key players. Mark McGee, Billy Stark, Paul McStay, the Football Writers Player of the Year, Mick McCarthy, who has had an up-and-down season because of injury, largely, Andy Walker, the very prolific goal scorer, with the Celtic chairman in the foreground. And to row again, Tommy Burns and Billy McNeil, looking very resplendent, wearing his favour and a smart suit made for the occasion. Oh, he's had a lot of experience now, Billy. Jim McLean's at the other end, looking as impassive as ever. Somebody said, Jim, there's a bullet in your back. With yawn, turn round, and might even take it on for that matter. And I'll call the managers. It'd be interesting if you tripped over our camera cable there, but injury before the game. Celtic to their end, Dundee United to theirs. We're mentioning Bannon, but I suppose the only areas of the ground which we were perturbed about were the penalty areas, which were a little bit bare. So it might be just a possibility of rather silly mistakes happening, Ali.
Yeah, when I look at the teams, I just wonder where they're going to play Aiken. They've got 3 central defenders lined up. I wonder whether they'll play Aiken in the front of the 2 or behind them, because it's a very vital area. Because that's Dundee United's strength, is this midfield, where they'll come thundering through.
Well, there is a team with Roy Aiken, captain. Roy, who plays in midfield for Scotland, can play anywhere for Celtic, but has, of course, been holding their defence together, playing with young men this season, and, of course, with the defence having to change occasionally. He has been very much the mainstay of the side in defence. The possibility would be, though, that the course of the game were running against Celtic for Roy Aiken to push forward. Dundee United again. That's their side. Dave Bowman, who's been converted from midfield into an outright defender. Maurice Malpa's very intelligent player. Jim McInally's role, vital one, Ali.
Yeah, McInally is the one ball winner in their team. And I'll be interested to see. I know Bannon winds up with number 7, but I think he'll play in the left. I'll be most surprised if he doesn't. But Jim turns up with new ideas at every game, so he might just play in the outside right position.
Yes, when you're dealing with a manager like Jim McLean, and of course Billy McNeill, but I think particularly McLean, you've really got to wait until a ball is kicked before you try to discern an actual formation that the game is going to be played for.
That's correct. Jim will have made up his mind. He'll play one way against the wind and the other way with it. So he'll depend on whether he wins the toss or not.
There's a referee today, George Smith from Edinburgh. One of the highlights of his career this will be, coming to a Scottish Cup final. And I think everybody hopes that he has a good game, that he stamps his authority early on, that he gets the best out of the players, but there is no indiscipline. This game will be seen eventually throughout the world. It is a showpiece, and I think the referee will be very conscious of that. Well, the way these things work out, I think that everybody's a bit jittery because everything was over much more quickly than they might have budgeted for, so to hold back the toss-up. Here it is now, Maurice Malpa's Roy Aiken. All right, Ali, put you on the spot. Which way would you kick if you won the toss?
If I was Dundee United, I would take a chance and play against the wind for the first half and just hope to contain Celtic for the opening 10 minutes.
Well, Dundee United have won the toss, and I think you're right. I think they're staying as they are, they're playing against the wind. That's you winning 1-0. You can still hear the constant barrage of noise from the terracing. That growl of anticipation rising to the crescendo of shrieks. And the volume of support, in particular for Celtic, is enormous. Of a crowd of 75,310 to be absolutely precise, that is the official figure given for Hampden now in capacity. Celtic have about 60,000 supporters there. Celtic in their centenary year. Dundee United 21 years younger. Almost an infant by comparison. Different styles, but the same hunger to win the 103rd Scottish Cup final. A brilliant McStay, but just taken very quickly by Jim McInally. And there is Alan McKnight. This is something that perhaps we have not emphasised, the coming of young Alan McKnight, rather surprisingly, into this final side. I'm sure McKnight was delighted to get his first touch of the ball. Cool it, he's saying. Bit of a tussle before the ball got to them there. Miller. Oh, he's not being given time to bring that down. There was no free kick. Eamon Bannon. Looks there, but that is a free kick. Quickly taken. Morris. You saw Eamon Bannon in that kind of left midfield role there. I think you'll see a lot of that. He's got to be accurate. Billy Thompson trying to cut that into the wind. Another foul there, I think. Tatalain and the big fin backing in. Mick McCarthy. He'll be in Germany for the European Championships, of course. High one to Miller. Morris Malpas looking after Miller. There's Kevin Gallagher. First real touch of it. Free kick. George Smith right up with the play, and as I said, it's important for him to stamp his authority on this match immediately. Nice touch there by Tatalain. He didn't know where the ball had gone, though. Well, Ali, the underfoot conditions obviously are very good, but I think that wind is, in fact, very tricky indeed.
Yes, it's really at the moment, the corner flags are not blowing very strong. I think it's now swirling round and round. But both teams are just gradually settling down now. Within the next 5 minutes, they should both be ready to go.
Burns coming all the way back. Well, if we're going to get little touches of football, we've got to be smarter than that. There's Mick McCarthy. First corner of the match, and a very good counter-attack by Dundee United coming from Jim McAnally. Look at the way he thrust himself forward here. That wasn't a bad ball at all. There were two men who could have gone for it. Corner kick. And Billy McKinlay getting to it, and that's off the line. Of all people, Paul McStay. That was Paul McStay on the line. He doesn't do that all that often. Another corner kick. Well, just watch this, McStay at the left-hand post, and there he was. The midfield player back there as a fullback. I think Big Billy ought to give him a bonus for that one. That's McKinlay. Beyond Tatalain. No. Oh, he loved that. The ball curling into him. Getting a good grip of it, and with this wind, I wouldn't be a goalkeeper out there for the life of me. This is Rogan. He's got away with that. Anton Rogan. Oh, that was young Billy McKinlay, Ali, getting in there. Good tackle by him.
Yeah. He's finding possibly the first 10 minutes is either going to make or break him in this game. And he's settling down now.
A Joe Miller corner. McCarthy was up for it. And pushing, I think, in fact, by McCarthy. There's McCarthy going all the way back. So Celtic are, in fact, playing the three at the back, Ali.
Yes, they're not taking any chances against this Dundee United. I would just say that that near miss that Dundee United had, I felt the goalie should have come for the ball.
Alpers. Just over 5 minutes gone, still no scoring. McAvenny, the tackling is very quick and incisive. Gallagher, beautifully done. Ferguson, Gallagher again. A great tackle by Aiken. And he keeps his cool. Well, Gallagher has always got to threaten, but just at the end there, Roy treated him, well, I think Kevin was almost treated like a schoolboy, the way he just pushed him aside there, but I think Aiken has got to watch that threat. Ferguson. Malpass. Drawn to Dundee United, Evan Bannon. Madeleine. Now, McKinley and McAnally have been picking up well in midfield. Ferguson lying deep offside. And I think I would suggest that when Dundee United win possession in midfield, you will see players like Gallagher there, Madeleine and Ferguson, every year's forward, fanning out, trying to open up the defence. I think both Celtic players challenging for that, but off Dundee United head. Burns to Rogan. But that wasn't a clever tackle at all by Ferguson, and it's gone right over. Anton Rogan there has played very well for Celtic this season. He comes forward intelligently. He's very, very good in the air for set positions, because Celtic try and get balls thrown towards the far post to him. Aiken watching it very tentatively, and I think a free kick, yes, foul on Aiken. That's all the way through to Thompson. Billy Thompson. Oh dear, you talk about a Hampden hoodoo. Billy has actually never been in a winning side at Hampden Park. Dundee United or St Mirren. 6 times he's been here and lost every time. Magnificent ball by McStay. Just a bit too much. Yes, applauded, and rightly so, by Joe Miller. That, in fact, was Paul McStay's first real positive contribution in the game. Ali.
Yes, I think that Dundee United have actually settled down better than Celtic. It's understandable, because Celtic, with this strong wind, are finding the passing just slightly.
There's McKinley. Malpass. Wide in the way, the race is on. Oh, the ball is really speeding through very fast indeed. Tried a long shot again down to the right towards Gallagher. Burns. I think the game is Celtic crying out for some cool football in midfield. Burns is the type who can't provide it. Miller. McAvenny. McKinley just trying a little bit too much, and Bowman stepping in. White. I think that might be a throw. This is Walker. Try to play for the corner kick, I think. Bowman. McCarthy. There's McKinley. Tell you what, that youngster's playing very coolly out there. Patulainen. To McKinley. McInally. Just got that away, and there is the very experienced figure of the oldest man in the field, Paul Hegarty. And Bannon. Haven't seen very much of Bannon so far. Gave me the impression he simply wanted to get rid of that ball that time. Not much else. Joe Miller. We're talking about Joe just at the start of the game as to whether they might have preferred Billy Stark with all his experience. Joe is such a fine player. Oh, just taken away. Stay came up. Here's Miller. Overlapped by Morris. Corner kick. Celtic's first of the game. 12 minutes gone. Still no scoring. Miller with it. On towards McCarthy. Tommy Burns can't get the shot in. And there's Bannon. Gallagher holding his own. Beautiful stop there by McStay again. Rogan. Bowman watching, trying to be patient. And I think that came straight off the head of the Celtic player, yes. Goal kick. There were some stories south of the border anyway, certainly splashed that Frank McAvenny there was very unsettled at Celtic Park, but I may just have been one of these occasions where a reporter simply picks up the wrong quote. Bannon. Good run by Bannon. Woof. McKinley was going for that. Walker. Obviously the players finding it difficult to get immediate control. The ball looks very light. Bowman. Good overlap. Corner kick. And Dundee United playing very intelligently out of defence. They're trying the long ball, but they are varying it as well. Almost 15 minutes gone. Knight took that superbly. A real pressure cross, and he doesn't look at all puts up. Ali.
Yeah, that's it. Now the young lad's now got his confidence and he's coming for the ball. That first corner, which there was a near miss, he just seemed to freeze. But again, the young lad with Dundee United's playing very well, the young lad McKinley, and he's settled down possibly better than anyone else in the United side.
The game now very even. Just over 15 minutes gone, still no scoring. Burns. Corner kick. And back will come everybody on the Dundee United side, Patulainen included, as the Celtic support take up their choral support. And this backing. But Joe Miller takes a corner. Up it goes, and just taken there by Billy Thompson. That wasn't an easy ball at all to take. He had players buzzing in on top of him. Bannon. Offside. There it is, and there was McAvenny doing extremely well to get up there, and you saw the close attention on a confident-looking goalkeeper. Goalkeepers, on the other hand, haven't really been tested all that much. It's over. Bowman to take this. It looks like David Neri who's down there, yes. An ankle knock. No, he's all right. The physio did come to the line, but he's waving him away. Gallagher. Stay running into trouble. McInally coming up very quickly on him. Morris. Well taken by Malpas, who decides to come forward, the United captain. Padulainen. United, though, lost the initiative of that bust. This McKinley playing extremely well. Superb ball. Gallagher. That's another corner. Tell you what, the boy McKinley's very impressive, Ali.
Yes, he's really settled down very well, and the right side of the field is doing extremely well. I'm most surprised that Celtic are playing Aiken behind the back men, especially with the wind.
Derek White at the near post. Paul McStay tucked in behind him. Back to Lanen. And away by McAvenny. Walker. Here's Morris. Neatly taken. You say McInally picking up a great deal, and there's nobody far right. Wasted ball by Bannon. Gallagher. Ferguson. That's Hegarty. Wrong side of Padulainen. Well, that could have gone back to Billy Thompson, but a ball like that, it might have bounced very awkwardly for the keeper, putting it back like that. Called out by Miller. Rather protesting the fact. Joe Miller, one of the significant Billy McNeil buys in his transformation of the Celtic team. Races on, and that is too strong. Well, again, Roy Aitken wasn't taking any chances at all. I thought that ball may have gone right over the goal line. I'm sure Celtic and Roy Aitken there has every confidence in the goalkeeper, but the very fact that they've had that change early, you know, it can't be all that happy a situation for them. There's Hegarty coming up, McKinley at the back.
I'd like to see Burns playing more in the game, because Burns and McStay are the two guys in the midfield for Celtic who can really slow this game down to suit them. But at the moment, Dundee United are the more, I would say, the better side at the moment.
Accelerates on again, and great work again by Roy Aitken. Looking right into the sun that time, can't have been easy. Ferguson. Yes, well, they really are stretching the Celtic defence when they put the ball out to the flanks. Derek White was really extended to get to that. Not much exchange in that. Alan McKnight, one of the players whose international career has been helped by coming to Parkhead. Stay hasn't got into the game yet. Seen just one pass of any note. Bannon. Well, that done well. McInally. No. The angle was all wrong. Idea was right. You had to put it wide. Morris. Back McAvenny on the far side. Ball McStay. There's more like McStay. McAvenny, and that must be just pushed away. Oh, what a miss. The best chance of the game so far. The pressure's still on. No, it all ended, and that was really a dreadful miss. Now the superb play by McStay in midfield, the ball by McAvenny, almost perfection. And that really should have been put away by Miller. He seemed to get up too high, Ali, and down on top of it.
It looked as if the hardest thing to do was miss it. I mean, it's a magnificent play by McStay, but how he missed it. I mean, he got over the ball and headed it down, but it really got it in the second bounce.
Well, there's another shot of it, that lovely side-footed pass there, outside of foot pass. Billy Thompson beaten, and Miller coming in there, put it down almost at his feet. His own feet at that. Well, there, Paul McStay, almost the classic profile of him, and the classic profile of how to come from midfield and break a defence out of nothing. By the way, that's the second time that David Neri has been down. He did require attention that time. And he is limping. There he is. He's trying to flex the joints again. By McAvenny, look at the pace of the pair of them, and Bowman, I think, got the final touch. It was a bit like the powder hole sprint. Joe Miller, I think he got the edge on that race. Tommy Burns, that's a useful ball again. Oh, up and under. A Murrayfield effort. Derek White. Somebody actually voted him in the papers this week the sexiest Celtic player. He didn't have votes like that in your day, Ali.
No, I wouldn't have got voted that anyway.
Well, you're very modest. Gallagher picking it up. Aiken goes with them. That'll be another corner. And Aiken is obviously very carefully watching Kevin Gallagher. That's a real threat, they realise.
Yeah, he's the danger man. But Celtic have lifted the game slightly since McStay's pass. And really, they're now starting to motor.
Almost as if suddenly they've realised it's a cup final. That's McKinley. There by Mick McCarthy. Oh. I don't know who had the first call for that. Back with faces to match their jerseys. McStay again. Picked on by Hegarty. Here's Gallagher. I think that ball, well, some of the players thought it had gone over. And I think what Gallagher is trying to get over is that Patalainen wasn't inside for the ball across.
It's interesting at the moment. Dundee United have switched Neri into the midfield since his injury. Till he gets over his injury. They brought Malpass into centre half.
And David Neary walking this off. We did notice he went down twice. Wasn't looking at all comfortable. And that could be a useful ball. Bounce not so kind. Rogan. Bowman fights back. This is a crucial period for Celtic, Ali, because, as you say, they are tramping and they just begin to look impressive.
Oh yes, they've started to motor a bit. The left side of the field still not operating as well as the right.
Oh, too much. Now, David Neary is limping, and there are two subs warming up. John Clark and Sturrock. A tragedy for United if they to lose him at this stage. There's Eamon Bannon. Levi Aiken. There is Neary. Seemed to take that all right. McStay. This time Andy Walker gets on it. There's Bowman though. Burns. In comes Ferguson. Oh, you can't get any cooler than that. Shows you good understanding of defence when you can get away with a move like that. That's Morris. Tommy Burns. United have pulled everybody back behind the ball, bar Partilainen. Morris deciding to probe. There is Paul McStay, and not the kind of pass that we expect of them. A kind of apologetic shake of the head. Well, I see Dave Davies back at his position now, Ali.
Yeah, it looks as if he's a knock in his shin and he's run it off. It'd have been a shame if he'd had to come off.
McInally just dabbed that through, but Celtic looking impressive in central defence at the moment. Free kick. Just a slight hint of a niggle there between Bannon and McAvenny. McCarthy looking very good in the air and offside. Exactly 15 minutes to half time. That's the scoreline. The best chance of the game, I think, having fallen to Joe Miller of Celtic. Bannon, Gallagher's, Roy Aiken, thumping but fair tackle. There's Bannon. Gallagher. Back comes McStay, and Roy Aiken, in fact, Ali, is playing very well for Celtic.
Yes, it's his coolness at the moment. It's pulling them through. But Dundee United must be happy with the way things have gone so far.
It's loose, and there is Burns. Playing that ball to his left foot. There's the 1-2. Malpass following right across, and I think handball. Tommy Burns having forced to the right-hand side there. He's not naturally right-footed. He's going to make it awkward turning round, and of course he had Malpass breathing down his neck. McInally. Eamon Bannon and several thoughts about that. Oh no. Patalainen not so good when he has to come back deep and try to create. He's better in the air or quick touches in the penalty area. Offside, Andy Walker. Boy, Hegarty. Free kick. Celtic's free kick this time. Hegarty again. I said the oldest man in the park at 33. White getting in now, Aiken. Delightful play by Celtic that time. They did get the opening, and Morris, who likes to come forward. There's Buns on the wrong side of him again. Morris trying to fight it in. Referee still ways play on. Rogan. Oh, that's not a bad shot. I saw him doing that against Hearts not so long ago at Tynecastle. He hits the ball very sweetly with his left foot.
Well, it looks as if at the moment that's the only way the goals are going to come, is from a knockout and a shot from a defender, because both defences are very tight.
Yes, he struck that well, just swirled away. Celtic really picked up the pace of the game. Oh, delightful stuff by Miller. Oh, the finish simply did not match the approach. He does it well, though. He's got this lovely, natural, kind of Tanner ball ability to body swerve and wriggle his way into a penalty area. There's Patalainen. He did well. Once delayed to the side, Gallagher. Appeals for a penalty, but the referee rightly waving play on. No complaint from the Dundee United players. And there was a challenge. Yes, he played the ball and the man went after that. Gallagher almost getting away. Well, you always get the impression of Kevin Gallagher that he's going to get really past the defender. This afternoon I'm talking about, Celtic have just been clipping his wings. Here's Bowman. Patalainen. There's Aiken. That's not a bad ball. But it is a bad ball, I beg your pardon. No, it's very clustered and tight down there. Suddenly had got men back. Now Miller. Oh, nearly fully recovered now. Dundee United's longest serving player back, I think, to full mobility. Gallagher on the left this time. Free kick, yes. He hasn't yet broken through, but the promise is always there, Ali.
Yes, it's Miller and him are doing, Bannon are doing very similar jobs. They're doing well up to the final bit and then let down.
Bannon free kick. David Neri, the up and under. Bannon took that beautifully. That's a very good ball indeed. Great play by Bannon to bring it down, swing round and get the cross over in that extremely limited space. It's a play of the highest quality. Billy McKinlay shorter with that. Youngster seems to have gone out of the game temporarily. I think the play, Celtic picked up the play, so the youngster has slightly lost the place. Here's Ferguson. Eddie. Back to Lennon going for this. Aiken with them. Three ways play on. There's no use Patelainen complaining. I think it's a free kick, yes. Free kick to Celtic. This is Chris Morris. Burns. Morris always lying handy on the right. Looked kind of nervy now. Now this is youngster McKinlay. He got out of that very well. Free kick. Very late, very cumbersome tackle. And I think the referee rightly having a word with McCarthy about that. Just the gentle reprimand. It'll get stronger the next time. Again to Patelainen, and he got the touch this time. Ferguson. Very, very close indeed. That's good jumping by the big Finn. Really showing you his value there. Look, a good leap, and there was Ferguson. Yeah, well, the ball was going away from him all the time, and all he could do was flick out at underneath it just to try and flick it back. Didn't quite work for him. There's McKinlay again. Very cool play, Patelainen. McAnally broken up easily, now Burns. Miller. Rogan. That's an excellent ball, and Malpass is there. Hegarty. Miller trying to wriggle his way in. Bowman going with him. Malpass. Twice in 15 seconds using his head to great effect in the box. Nice touch of Patelainen to Gallagher. There's Gallagher. Nice little double shuffle. And that's a corner kick. Roy Aiken complaining that he didn't touch that. The Celtic player McCarthy didn't touch it. No complaint from McCarthy. That was a good piece of football on either side, Ali.
Both teams are very evenly matched at the moment. Very evenly matched.
So, McKinlay again. There's the touch by Patelainen, and McKnight confident again. Must say on the occasions that this goalkeeper has come into the Celtic side, I don't think he's ever let his club down. McStay. Here's Morris. Did that easily. Hegarty left for dead. Joe Miller is there, and there is Thompson. You know, it does occur to me that playing with the wind is an advantage, but not 100% an advantage. I find it difficult to measure the passes.
Well,
Celtic at this stage.
Most teams like playing against the wind, but I think in a cup final, you know, that wind helps you considerably. And it'll be to Dundee United advantage if they get to half-time.
And we are about 3 minutes away from half-time. Still no scoring. Burns. Miller. Burns. Well, that's a better ball, and look at all that space that Morris had. Yes. Thompson, very cautious about the way he got behind that. There's Patalainen. Bannon coming up on it a bit late. I think, in fact, George Smith is giving the free kick for that. Eamon Bannon's a very good interceptor. He's very good in a defensive situation like that, but he's not a good tackler. He intercepts well, but he's kind of clumsy tackler. There's Malphus, there's Patalainen. Now Gallagher. We did that beautifully, and that was late. I think the referee is perhaps wanting one of these days when he doesn't officially caution anybody.
I think it's been very sportingly played, mind you. The free kicks are anything vicious at all. Been one of the most sporting finals so far.
And very even, as you said. Bowman. Eamon Bannon. Little back heeler there. Patalainen. No, the free kick was before that, and I don't think McCarthy was too happy with that attention. There's Bannon again. Gallagher. That'll be a bit too strong. Well, the wind, I don't know what it's like down there. We've been looking at the corner flags, and Ali is right. Not very windy, according to that sign at the corner flags. It's windy up here, up tables are blowing away, and there we are. That's a better indicator of it. Billy Thompson. Brogan missing out there. And Ferguson a little bit hasty with that pass forward. Well, according to our utterly reliable BBC watch, we've played 45 minutes. There will be a certain amount of stoppage time. Aiken, and that was Rogan creeping into space. Hidden. Miller. Useful ball again, Malphus. Crafted that well. Bowman coming in. McAnally. There's a nice little touch through, and there is Thompson. Took a bit of courage to go down to the feet like that, because Miller very fairly had decided he could go after the ball. Nice little 1-2, and watch this. And as we speak on that slow motion replay, so the half-time whistle goes. No scoring. The major feature of the game is the lack of chances or opportunities that either side have had, particularly when the defences have been playing exceptionally well.
For all in the first half, just edged it.
And so we're almost at the start of the second half. No changes as we can discern. Dundee United starting the second half. Score still nothing each. Eamon Bannon. Malpas has only missed one game this season, and that was a suspension after the replay in Aberdeen. That's to Ferguson. Well, nice play by McCarthy. There's certainly no shortage of confidence in the defences, that's for sure. Kevin Gallagher has been running well at this Celtic defence. Long ball utilising the wind for the first time in this half. Eamon Bannon, Padulainen just lacked a little conviction, and the way he went after that. Shouldn't have got into that position. Kevin Gallagher. Free kick. And Gallagher really badly down there. I think it was the sheer mistiming of the tackle. A high one. And Aiken will certainly be booked for that, deservedly so. That's it. That's why he's getting his name in the book now. Well, I think like all players, he indicates to the referee that it was his first tackle, first real offence. In fact, he's played superbly well. He really ought not to argue with referees. He's going to book him anyway. And talking about will to win, it's there in Roy Aiken, that's for sure. So, free kick to United. And with a strong wind at their back, could be interesting. Bannon can hit them, so can Padulainen. Bannon taking it. Well, he found the gap all right. And somebody must have moved out. In fact, the Dundee United player very cleverly moves out of the way. That was a very intelligent free kick, Ali.
Yes, he's very good at it. That's been the
and
first
here's Gallagher in the race. Gallagher, goal! Oh, what a superb goal! Dundee United 1-up. Oh, that was a piece of great acceleration by the youngster. Through he went. Aiken could not catch him, and that was stroked away with the greatest of confidence. We've played 4 minutes. United are in the lead, to the delight of that throng of United supporters under the enclosure. Now Joe Miller. Celtic will want to strike back immediately. This is Miller. Corner kick. Very good strike by the youngster, Alec.
Tremendous goal. We said before the game that was the threat. Gallagher through the middle with his pace, and he scored it. He took it magnificently.
Joe Miller to take this. McCarthy's been very good in the air. Excellent in the air all afternoon. And what do you know, we were making forecasts about the double, which is still on, I may say, for both Liverpool and Celtic. And now both of them are trailing, from our last information anyway, at Wembley. Straight to Morris, now Malpas. Here's Emmett Bannon. Patalainen took that very well. Fine tackle by Morris. Patalainen. Here's Emmett Bannon. To Gallagher a little bit too hard, yes. Well, Kevin Gallagher, the boy you see there, the goal scorer, comes from a great Celtic tradition. His grandfather, Patsy Gallagher, one of the great Celtic stars, major figures of the past, and slipped through the Celtic net, as it were. Great acquisition by Jim McLean. Celtic, however, will fight, Ali.
This is the testing time now for Celtic. The next 10 minutes. They'll need to get back in the game.
Morris. There's White. Oh, beautifully done. Now McStay. McInally close to McStay. Miller. That neat little toe interception there by Morris Malpas. Ready. Miller. Morris went for a 1-2. So that's not a bad ball. I think it's gone over. Up had come Rogan, as I suggested. Rogan does get towards a far post ball very well. Goal kick. We've played 7 minutes. Down the middle again, Roy Aitken. Slightly hesitant there, there's Bannon. No. And Ali, I think this is where a great experience of these central defenders for Dundee United will pay off.
Yes. Hegarty and Neary together over the years have been very steady and very good. And today they've just worked a treat.
Here Joe Miller. Right down there, Rogan going in. Beautifully tucked away there. Now Ferguson. It's a long through one again. Patalainen. Morris. Yes, I think a push on Hegarty. Towards Gallagher again. Two youngsters beside each other. That's a goal kick. Derek White and Kevin Gallagher know each other extremely well through youth football, Scottish professional youth football. The Sun, the United defenders, finding it difficult to defend. A brilliant run by Bannon. Rogan goes with them. And ball still in play. Burns. That's better play by Celtic. Miller. little basketball touch there by Andy Walker. The linesman, in fact, had said he'd played the ball over before he crossed it. Yes, that's it. It had gone over, I think. Malpas. Yes, you were mentioning that you think McInally is handling McStay well.
Oh, he's handling McStay. McStay's not been seen in it other than the once in the first half. Just been watching. He's following him all over the place, and he's just put him out of the game completely.
McAvaney, brilliant play by David Derry. Really was. Really under pressure. Morris. Total miscue, and Patalainen. That was offside. Patalainen, very slack. But Joe Miller given offside, but played something like 12 minutes of the second half. And there is an indication of Joe Miller saying they're wasting time. And there's a long, long way to go yet. Yes, Gallagher, deep middle turn, but free kick fall there on Tommy Burns. Morris really playing his heart out. Burns. McKinley. But that's a brilliant ball. There's no offside. Gallagher. Celtic defence totally caught out there. It was not offside. Superb piece of play by the 19-year-old from midfield, Billy McKinley. Aiken. Hegarty. McKinley again. There goes Joe Miller. He's always looked very promising in the game, and that was a free kick, yes. We will have a word with Bowman. I don't think the card is coming out. Tommy Burns will take this. You'll get McCarthy up there and White. There's McCarthy with it. Off the crossbar, I think. Not sure if Thompson got a touch there or not. Wasn't at all happy about it. Sun in his eyes. Corner kick. Billy Thompson looks slightly nervy there, Ali.
Yeah, I think he's carried a little bit luck all through the game today.
Burns. Evan Bannon in the heart of the defence. McStay. Just for a moment I thought he was going to let fly himself. Now Joe Miller. There's McStay. Right off it. Now there are two players having quiet days, we noticed. One you've already mentioned for McStay, I think Andy Walker, who's certainly been seen, and yet give the pair of them leeway for 30 seconds and they can change a game, Ali.
Yes, I give credit to the men that's marking them. McInally's doing a great job.
That was a crossbar right enough from that replay there. Down to Gallagher. There's Aiken. Let's stay. McKinley. Yeah, the youngster did that very well. Bowman. Ooh, there's Petterlainen. I must say Dundee United have played this game very intelligently. Away goes Gallagher again, and he won't catch that one. He just got there. Ferguson. Bobby Burns. That's better play. Nice close possession. Rogan all the way round it, there's Thompson. McAnally, who had the jersey almost pulled off his back. Free kick. McKinley, too much on that. And that's gone out. It wasn't a terribly good throw out, I may say. He's looking daggers at his fellow Northern Ireland internationalist, Alan McKnight. That's Anton Rogan. Again by McCarthy, put up by McAvenny. Celtic players claiming that the head went down too low. And we're hearing the United supporters have been out-shouted and out-sung for most of the game, not at this moment. McKinley again beautifully playing in this game, he really is. He's almost got the touches of a veteran, Ellie.
Oh, the young lad's been really, really outstanding. He's not put a foot wrong. He had 5 minutes early in the game in which he found experience maybe too much. I can't stress enough, McAnally and him at the moment are keeping Dundee United in with this chance.
Free kick to United, and McKinley himself is to take this. There it goes, and Bannon! Oh! Really? A similar kind of opportunity that Joe Miller had. I think even a better one than Joe Miller had. I just watch this. It eluded everybody. Bannon coming in. Bent his head too low, very like Miller. A real let-off from which Celtic might benefit. And Paul McStay obviously trying to calm Tommy Burns. He said something. Roy Aiken. Through it goes and away by Bowman. Just a degree of uncertainty in that United defence. Useful ball again. Rogan doing very well in the air. There's Ferguson, that's a useful ball. Kevin Gallagher. Now Jim McInally to Patalainen. That's a corner. I don't think there was any way he was going to hit the ball in from there, but he gets a corner out of it. Such a typical Dundee United counter-attack.
Yes, they've done extremely well, but they may live to regret that miss of Bannon's, because that was very similar to one in the first half. And Celtic are the club that's known for fighting back.
McKinley now. Touched away by Rogan. There's Bannon. Too much behind. With Bowman, and I think a hand, yes. Celtic pushing the game on now. 21 minutes played in the second half. McKinley, and away goes Gallagher. Straight through this time to Menhai. Obviously Gallagher's pace has been highly useful. There's Bannon. Burns. Miller. That's McInally's first mistake of the day, and it's a free kick. I thought he went for the ball myself. It's another very good one, and it's curling away. And again, you just got the impression the goalkeeper wasn't too happy with that.
No, he's been very dodgy at coming off the goal line. Both goalkeepers have. But Celtic's final ball has not been in keeping with their normal standards.
Bannon with the nicest little deft touch with the head. Patalainen. Up comes Bannon. Taken across. Oh, very good tackling. Played particularly well. Morris. Well read by Hegarty. And I think we're going to have a Celtic substitution. The man, in fact, who turned the game in the semi-final against Hearts, Mark McGee. Looks to me as if Billy Stark might be coming on as well. But Celtic have a free kick. Good position for them. Up it goes, just away. Oh. That was Derek White. And there's no doubt about it, Celtic with balls like these, giving heart attacks to these defenders. Now, Andy Walker and White are coming off. McGee and Stark come on. A barked instruction, and it means stick in there. There is McGee, and I think that's gone over. It's a goal kick. And now John Clark is coming on. Interesting to see who is going to come off. It's Patalainen. The big fin comes off. John Clark comes off. Tremendous bounce off this pitch. We had said we were out on the grass and it looks lush and very, very smooth, most of it, but it obviously is hard underneath. There it goes again. Appeals for hands, loud appeal. And I think the goalkeeper, the Dundee United goalkeeper, really has to try and assert himself, really glued to that line. Here's Miller. Gets across again. Yeah, Thompson and McAvenny. Close to him. Real Celtic pressure. Fighting back. And that was a ball across the goal. It's been troubling this defence. Bobbling about awkwardly. And whipped away. There's McCarthy. They start. Well, that's dangerous. Free kick, no. Late tackle. No, too much. "27 minutes gone. United still in the lead, 1-0. Trying to get that ball to Miller. He has looked very threatening in the second half. Really piling on the pressure, Celtic. Billy Stark. There's Miller. Chris Morris. Hegarty. Clark. Superb ball to Rogan, who's been coming up in that outside left position. Burns. Looking for the 1-2, and again. Well, how many times has he done that in the game? 4 or 5 very vital headers. Miller. He did that well. He's got the opportunity, and that is too much. Annoyed with himself about that. I mean, he dragged the player out, inside out, and he couldn't match it with a finish. John Clark, who is very useful in the air, but Celtic are winning balls in midfield. Miller just getting there. Tommy Burns. Well, that's a very good ball indeed. Well, I think Morris had to go for that. I think Celtic have to strike at everything and to see a glimmer of an opening. Touch by Clark, Jim McAnally. Celtic running this game at the moment. Here's Morris. Billy Stark, neat little touch. They to the far side, here's Rogan. That's a better one, a equaliser. McAvenny. The equaliser for Celtic. It looked on the cards all the way through there. Beautiful run by Rogan, and there was McAvenny with Paul Hegarty beside him, not making an effort to go for that. A little jink to the line, and over it came, and bang, a good opportunist goal there by McAvenny. Ali.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes it's been all Celtic, and since the substitutions, it's been on the cards. They've put 2 or 3 balls in that's been near things, but it was a beautiful goal. McAvenny, I think Celtic deserved the equaliser.
Hegarty, McAnally. Next day, brilliant play. Well, there's a great ball, Miller. Great save. Oh, David Nery, brilliant play by Nery. Kept his nerve and his head. Well, that's right beyond now. Here, John Clark. Up comes Eamon Bannon. What a dreadful miss. Great play by United in the counter-attack. This was a run, well saved. Watch the classic defensive play here by the tall Dundee United man, longest serving member, David Nery, keeping very, very cool. And then this one here, look, laid right back into the tracks of Bannon, and he throws. About 13 minutes left. Fun. Hegarty and away by Malchus. Still Celtic. Right into the tracks of Gallagher. Tried a 1-2 and a little bit too quick for that. Fully stop, offside. Clark, McCarthy will be in charge of this one way or the other, and is. Eamon Bannon preparing to take it. There's McKinley, Bowman. A bad ball. John Clark trying to get it through, and snapshot by Gallup. Knee knock there for McCarthy. Celtic really fought back well, all the same, Ali.
Yes, I would think Celtic, it's really become a real good cup tie now. Both teams are having a go, and it's end-to-end, but Celtic now look as if they could go on and win it now.
Well, Neil looking anxiously across towards McCarthy. I think and this is McCarthy there stretching out, and he bent round, yeah. Bad looking twist. The jubilant Celtic supporters watching the team fight back yet again. Exactly 10 minutes remaining of ordinary time. Gallagher. Aiken kept to his task. Bounds. Sweeping that out majestically. Miller might have a go on his own. No, he tried to chip the goalkeeper. Long and high and straight through to McKnight. Good run again by Joe Miller. Does that so very well. He tried to chip the keeper, I think. Nicely taken by Wallace, and Celtic still wanting to come forward. Free kick. Paul McStay down.
Paul McStay, Miller's now suffering slightly from cramp.
Burns. Well over. Eight minutes left. Start with David Neri to Bannon. Clark. That's not a bad ball across. It's very warm out there. I know there's a kind of cooling wind, but I think on the pitch itself it'll be very warm. We're fast approaching extra time. That's all an unnecessary tangle. Ferguson. Celtic getting out of that. McAvenny. There's McGee. Then he follows up that with a corner kick. 7 minutes left. That time Higgity did go for it. No, too much of that. Swept away well by Bowman. Free kick. McStay. Joe Miller. Good running by Burns. That's a good ball. Billy Stark is there. And a great save. Oh, that was a value of Stark in the air. All coming from that deceptive and hit and run there by Burns. He suddenly cropped up there. And watch Stark coming in, trying to beat it down for somebody. McAvenny almost there. Here's Evan Bannon. It's sent to Gallagher with a chance, and he's missed it. I think he's offside. Yes, offside, it wouldn't have counted. Nice touch down the... Oh, I'll tell you what. That was very close, Ali. McAnally. Hegarty to Gallagher. Ferguson. McStay. And Celtic's distribution in the last 15 minutes or so has been superb. Corner kick again. 4 minutes of the cup final, or ordinary time of the cup final left. Once again, that useful ball this time. John Clark was back. Tommy Burns should be cut off by McAnally, and is. Morris. Stay. Malphus, no hesitation, he had to cut across. Willie Stark out of his goal again. And this time a free kick. Put up. There's that Billy Stark there, Billy Thompson in his goal. Morris. Touched away by Malphus. Clever throw in there by Miller, wanted to get it immediately. Dundee United scoring when they did really brought Celtic out. Miller. No kick. Tried to slide it and bend it away towards that far post. 3 minutes of ordinary time remaining. Here's McKinley. Oh, tried to drift that forward to Bannon. Roy Aiken. Burns. McAvenny. Here's Joe Miller. Good tackling by Bowman. Everybody behind though. No offside. Races on and McCarthy should make this. Rogan. McKinley did very well getting rid of that again. On goes Gallagher. Very bad ball. Gallagher looking maybe slightly tired. McAvenny. That's Morris. Celtic up the corner. We're in for the final minute. One this time, and Dundee. McAvenny. Seconds from the end, McAvenny does it. There it was, breaking to him, and he slammed it away. Lying handy in that position. And that should kill it, Elliot.
Very similar to the goal they got against Hearts. A hit ball into the goal mouth through about 6 defenders. But they've deserved it in the last 20 minutes. They've really played.
Here they go again. Billy Thompson. On to Kevin Gallagher. That's a good ball by Gallagher. Feels for a penalty, but it's a corner. Corner kick. Perhaps United's last chance there. Kinley with it. There's Derry down. And there goes the final whistle. The double for Celtic. A quite astonishing ending. And Billy McNeil is being smothered by the bench. Not only winning, but in the most dramatic fashion. A delighted Billy McNeil. And there is Billy McNeil. To the great delight of not only himself but the supporters. And as that goes on, United players the winning goal again. Through it went, all the legs, breaking there to the unmarked McAvenny, rattling it in, the winner for Celtic, clinching the double.
Billy, congratulations, you left it a wee bit late.
We left it a bit late, that's right. We've done this a few times this season, but this team's been magnificent because they never give up. We knew beforehand the game was about 13 players, and it took the 13 players to give us the result today. Absolutely brilliant.
Did you ever have any doubts when Dundee United were playing so well and a goal ahead?
Yes, well, obviously you've got to have doubts. Hence the reason we changed the system and changed some players, and all of a sudden it came right for us. I'm absolutely delighted. Those boys have worked so hard this season, and that finishes it off magnificently.
And centenary year, the double, and your first season back.
Yeah, well, I don't think I'll be here in another 100 years' time, but I think that these lads will be remembered. I'm delighted for them.
I think the fans wouldn't mind if you were here in 100 years' time. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Frank McAvenny, unbelievable scenes at Hampden. I think you're responsible for them.
Oh, what can I say, Jack? It's been absolutely brilliant, but...
Tell me with that first goal, Frank.
Not what I just remember Mark going for it, and the ball came and it just guided it towards goal, that was all.
The heads were rather down by that time, weren't they?
No, they weren't really. We knew we could come back, and we were hoping for an equaliser, and we got it. And once you get an equaliser, this team doesn't know how to lose or draw.
How did you see the second goal then?
I thought Billy started coming in, and I knew he was going to put it in for goal. And I was hoping that someone would deflect it off the line, that was the best I'd get. But it felt lovely for me, and I just put it in.
And there are the dejected Dundee United players who fought so hard, with the Prime Minister, Mrs Thatcher, handing out the runners-up medal. Behind her, the Secretary of State for Scotland, Malcolm Rifkin, and the President of the SFA, David Will. And we now await Celtic coming up for the Cup.
The Cup, what's it feel like?
Great feeling, it's a centenary year, double celebration, we're delighted.
Did you ever have any doubts?
Here we go, watch that.
Well, I think finding it very difficult to extricate the Celtic players to come up for the presentation. There's a very patient-looking Prime Minister, ably assisted by Ernie Walker. And the Celtic players now coming up. And here comes the Celtic captain, very gallantly wiping his hands free of sweat, and receives the cup from the Prime Minister. Billy McNeill watching a scene of which he is extremely familiar. And down come the Celtic players, deservedly getting their individual cheer. Mick McCarthy. And the Celtic team coming up almost in dribs and drabs are being kept back, celebrating. Tommy Burns. And not to forget the referee, George Smith from Edinburgh. Well, what else do you expect him to do at a time like this? And in the background, the Prime Minister and Mr. Thatcher making their way out of the royal box. I am sure she has enjoyed herself enormously this afternoon. And so in particular have these Celtic supporters just in front of us. There have been many dramatic victories this season by Celtic in the last 15 minutes or so, but surely this takes the biscuit. Early they won it very deservedly for the fight back.
Yes, I would think over the whole game they edged out Dundee United. But you know, you always feel for the underdogs. I think before the game everyone hoped that Dundee United would give it their best. It wasn't a classic, but Celtic's power in the end, particularly coming from both wings, deservedly won them it.
I just get the impression that Dundee United may not have been totally at their best, but nevertheless they gave a lot to this game, there's no question about that.
Yes, I don't think they were outclassed in any means. I think the two substitutions went against them. Sometimes they go for you, but today I felt the substitutions went against the United.
And all Celtic go on their triumphal tour of Hampden Park. That massive support in the background. I think they're going to take some while before they get out of Hampden Park tonight. That's a cup. Looks a little bit fragile, almost lost in that crowd there, but there's a firm hand on it. The man who won the cup with his double, the double-double you might call it. I bet you he feels like keeping it. Well, Tommy's not a young thing, he needs a seat every now and again. He's been doing a little bit of weightlifting.
Roy, a phenomenal support behind you. You must be immensely proud to do the double in the centenary year.
I thought I'd seen a marvellous sight 3 years ago, maybe Dundee United the same way. But look at us here today again, it's fantastic. It's as much their trophies as ours.
Almost a replica of that match, wasn't it?
Exactly, well, we came back from the dead again. We've done it so many times this season. It speaks volumes for the character of the club and the players.
And Frank McAvenny never seemed to give up, did he?
Frank McAvenny's had a tremendous season. he seems to have brought himself alive again coming back to Scotland. He's a great player.
And a tremendous sport once again to see you, Roy.
We're delighted for them. It's a great day.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Tommy Burns, a pretty good feeling, I would imagine.
It's incredible. I can't find any words.
Not a bad performance, your own performance for an old man.
So they keep telling me I'm getting older, but if I keep playing like I'll be playing, I'm 50.
Is that a promise?
Oh, it's a promise. As long as Celtic mark me over there.
I think the boys behind wouldn't mind that.
It's been my pleasure to play for them, and I hope it's my pleasure to play for them for a few years yet.
Well, you were sitting on the cup. Does that mean to say that perhaps you think...
That means I'm taking it home with me.
Good luck to you, well done.
Thanks very much.
I don't think, Chris, there's any secret you're a little nervous before this match.
I think we weren't, perhaps in the early stages. It showed. All credit to Dundee United. They came at us and penned us back in a little bit. But we were confident in the end that we would keep going at them. And even if it was 1-0 with 2 minutes to go, like it was at Hearts, I was sure that we would do it in the end.
Until recently, of course, you were playing English football. How does this compare?
I've never seen scenes like this in my life. It is unbelievable. Look at them. It's incredible. It's just great to do this for these people.
Did you honestly believe with 20 minutes left that you'll be holding the Scottish Cup now?
I thought maybe after extra time, and this is what it's all about. Be holding one of these makes a dream come true, honestly.
That's tremendous. Thanks very much indeed, Chris.
Thanks very much.
And Roy Aitken, who's, I think, run enough today, has been asked to do a marathon round the edges of the pitch. There he is with Anton Rogan. Nice picture that, isn't it? Climbing up to get a very good view. The Hampden floodlights being used to good effect by the Celtic support. I think it'll have to be a PA announcement to ask them to go home. Signifying the centenary year.
Well, Alan McKnight, it was clear yesterday in training that there was a slight problem with their number one keeper's calf. Do you think Pat realised then that there was every chance that he'd miss the cup final?
Yeah, well, it was always in the back of Pat's mind that he had missed. I didn't want to set my hopes up too high. It's a great occasion. I would have loved to have played, but I didn't want to build myself up in case, Pat was fit in the morning. So I didn't get excited until this morning when the boss came to see him coming walking towards me. And Pat dropped his head and I was delighted, but I was also felt terrible for Pat himself. It was an awful thing to get sat out of a celebration like this, although he's part, but it's just left out a wee bit.
That was a tremendous first goal by Gallagher. How did you see it?
I thought maybe Roy was going to get a touch and I stayed in my line. I could have maybe come out and met him a bit earlier, but I struck it perfectly into the top of the net. And might have saved it some days, but 9 times out of 10 it would go in the back of the net. I'm just glad we got 2 at the other end to make up for it.
Frank McAvenny just hasn't missed too many of these opportunities this season, has he?
No, he had a terrible day at the semi-final here at Hampden, into the same goal, and I was dreading if the same thing was going to happen today. For a moment it looked like we were going to struggle. Billy Thompson had a couple of great saves, but at the end of the day we nicked 2 goals, so we need it.
Well done. Thanks very much, Alan.
Thank you.
Cheers.
There we are. Looking all the way down from the Celtic support at their traditional end to the rather empty end of Dundee United. Hampden Park, we haven't seen a cloud all day. The only cloud for Dundee United was that 2 strike by Frank McAvenny late on in the game. indicating Celtic's fighting qualities again. The Celtic support quite simply refusing to budge. There they are, triumphant. Well, from Ali MacLeod and myself at Hampden Park, in company with the jubilant Celtic supporters, back to Dundee.
Yes, what a wonderfully emotional occasion for Celtic, and what a marvellous 100th birthday present as well. Let me just say, incidentally, television presentation this afternoon was by Bill Malcolm, and Bill Malcolm's 25th cup final today. Well done to Bill, his 25th and last, and an excellent job as always. But Celtic, just as they did in the semi-final against Hearts, that late winner which has given them the league and cup double. And we'll hear Hamish McAlpin and Jim Craig's thoughts on that cup final in a few moments. But before we do, let's catch up on what's been happening at Wembley, the FA Cup final, Liverpool against Wimbledon. It was a goal by Laurie Sanchez in 36 minutes, which separated the teams at half-time. Wimbledon against the odds, a goal up. Let's see how things went in the second half with John Motson.
Well, Cunningham is a wide player, so there's no need to readjust the team any further. McMahon away from Jones. But Sanchez gets the tackle in. Again, Liverpool denied the space that they need. Nicol. Kenny Dalglish was, if you can't play, perhaps you can do the next best thing and get the ball back quickly in their predicament.
I think he went for the ball to get near enough to shout at them, John. I think that was the tactic there. But it's interesting, they're playing the ball around more, but the times they've tried to make the final break with the final pass or dribble, Beardsley's been checked 3 times, they just can't make any kind of penetration at this time.
Here's McMahon. And now Ablett. Well, maybe Barnes is the man to do it. He hasn't so far. Ablett again. McMahon. Spackman. Young. The one thing you can be sure about with Liverpool is they won't panic. They'll keep probing. Barnes again. Too long for Aldridge. Laurie Cunningham with his first turn of speed. And he's still got a bit too. Fashanu challenges Gillespie, and there you are. Wimbledon have won the throw there, purely down to Fashanu's persistence. I don't think every centre-forward would have managed to achieve that in that area of the field, but that says an awful lot about Wimbledon's game. It's only a throw-in, but it's gained them ground and breathing space, and it's denied Liverpool. Flags up. There's an offside there. Little Terry Gibson, who played here as a schoolboy and then missed out on cup final action with 3 of his previous clubs. All sorts of romantic stories in the Wimbledon camp. But whether there will be a fairy tale ending remains to be seen. We've got half an hour still to play. Here's Wise. Fashanu. Back to Jones. Pumped in long. Craig Johnston is definitely going to come on, and it may well be that John Aldridge will get taken off. There is Aldridge. Beardsley, well, he might score here. Penalty. Goodyear on Aldridge. Wimbledon protest at the decision. Goodyear thinks he played the ball. And here we have high drama because Aldridge, who I think might have been replaced a moment later, is the penalty taker. And never has a penalty been missed in the FA Cup final at Wembley. Well, that's what it was given for. More of that in a moment. Dave Besant in the week told me that he's been watching where Aldridge puts his kicks. Aldridge, in fact, was the player fouled himself by Goodger. It looked a bit harsh to me. Jimmy Hill in a moment on that. Besant thinks that, or thought the kick might go to his left or the right as we look, if Aldridge decides to go the same way as in the semi-final. He did, and he saved it, and made history. The first time ever that a penalty kick has not been converted in the FA Cup final here. And Besant did guess right. His homework paid off. It's a weird and wonderful world if you come from Wimbledon. They've won the FA Cup.
Yes, no longer does Wimbledon just mean strawberry and cream teas and tennis in the centre court. What an incredible upset that was. Wimbledon, among the welter of statistics and curiosities we'll no doubt hear about, the first team to do the double of the Amateur Cup, followed by the FA Cup this century. And little more than 10 years ago, they weren't even in the league. What a strange game it is. Celebrations then at Wembley for Wimbledon, but at Hampden, the favourites, Celtic, have done the double, the league and the cup in this their centenary season. Let's get a reaction from Jim Craig and Hamish McAlpin. Jim, we'll come to you first. You played for the club so long. You must be delighted for them as an ex-Celt.
You cannot take it away from them, Dougie. They got hit by a sucker punch shortly after half-time. Roy Aitken couldn't match the pace of Kevin Gallagher. Alan McKnight quite rightly said he could have come out a wee bit, but Kevin Gallagher took it brilliantly. But they just do not stop fighting. This team in particular this season have been doing that all season, and they came back from the dead once more.
That's right. Billy McNeil has said it over and over again how proud he is of his side. They did it in the semi-final against Hearts when they looked dead and buried.
Well, it looked as though there was an obvious difference between the teams in the second half, that the Celtic team had that great spirit to go for each other, to help each other, to give each other support. United fell away the longer the second half went on.
Hamish, disappointment yet again for United. We've sat here and said it several times in the last few years. This time, I don't think you can say that United gave it away or lost it through their own efforts. Celtic came to win the cup, didn't they?
Celtic, obviously, both teams going to try and win the cup, but it was a case of, it looked very, very awkward. There was a lot of balls going across the goal mouth, and you looked at the first one, Joe Miller had a header missed, Eamon Bannon probably dreaming he never ever get a header like that again, you know, and he missed it. Balls going across the goal, whether it was the wind or whatnot, but Celtic, you've got to give them credit. I mean, 90 minutes, they play for 95 minutes, and they got the byline, they got the balls across, and at the end of the day, they won the game.
Was that perhaps a turning point of a sort, Eamon Bannon's missed header? Because that would have made it 2-0, and from there it's a long way back, even for this Celtic team.
Well, that's right. It probably put United on a slightly downer and gave Celtic a big boost, because United at that time, in the second half, had started very, very well, and they'd scored, obviously, the goal. And that would have probably, I think, killed the game. But who knows? I mean, look at Celtic. They've come back from 1-0. They could have come back and it could have ended up 2-2 or extra time or what. But you've got to give them tremendous credit.
Yes. Well, that second half started perfectly for Dundee United. Nothing each at half-time. And then with just 3 minutes gone in the second half, Kevin Gallagher came through onto that header from midfield and took the goal quite brilliantly. Here it is, Hamish.
Yes, it was a header through from Eamon Bannon. And Big Roy had just been booked previously to that. I think possibly he might have been thinking about bringing him down, but it was an odd-enough offence, and Kevin struck it very well.
Yeah, took it quite brilliantly and stuck it away, and that was 1-0. Jim, your thoughts at that point? Did you think perhaps then that United would have gone on to dominate things?
Well, I've accused United in the past of sitting in a one-goal lead, and I thought they tended to do that a little bit in the second half there. Celtic made a very good substitution, brought on a midfield player and a forward, took off a defender, and of course pushed more men forward, and they got the reward for that.
Here's the first goal, the first of two for Frank McAvenny. The header on by Billy Stark. What a good substitution it was for Celtic, those two players coming on. And we can maybe talk about the lack of an important substitution for United in a moment. Anton Rogan picks this one up on the wing, and a good cross.
He does very, very well here, Dougie. Just a wee shuffle to the byline. I thought the goalkeeper could have done better here, I must be honest. I would have been expecting my keeper to made a better job of that, but Frank McAvenny right on the spot when it counted.
That's right.
Only touched it 4 times, scored 2 goals, not bad.
We mentioned the substitution, and you, I know, from the very start, Hamish, were amazed that Paul Sturrock wasn't playing, and as the game went on, became even more amazed that he wasn't brought on. Why do you think that was?
Oh, I don't know. I thought maybe the manager didn't want to bring him on for some tactical reason, I don't know, but at 1-0 up, I felt he maybe brought him on and posed Celtic an even greater question. Asked them, you know, are we going to mark him, or obviously they might get caught again with a long ball. But Celtic's double substitution, Billy Stark involved in the 2 goals, the header and then the pass wide, and then Mark McGee, I think it was, who challenged Billy at the near post for the first cross. And Jim's asking a question about the goalkeeper, but he was under pressure. He had to come to the front because there was a forward coming there. Sure. And I think possibly he maybe just got a slightest touch, and it maybe made Paul Haggerty just think, you know, he was going to get it, and the touch killed him off. But strikers can afford to take a run into the box, and McAvenny finished it off very well.
Yes, that's very thin margin between success and failure for those kind of cross balls. Let's see the winning goal then, the goal which gave Celtic their 28th Scottish Cup. The corner from Joe Miller, and Billy Stark, the substitute, who got that vital Cup replay goal at Easter Road earlier in the season, proved again his value. What a bargain he's been at £75,000. It falls for McAvenny, and it's right into the back of the net. A good striker's goal, McAvenny in the right place to take it, Jim.
And yet, it's funny how goals work out. Not the best taken corner I've ever seen, not the best strike by Billy Stark I've ever seen. A deflection off a defender and it arrives at McAvenny's feet.
Yes.
It's in the back of the net. I think, Dougie, the main difference between the sides for me was that every member of that Celtic team fitted into the pattern, fought for each other. You couldn't say that of Dundee United. They had men, particularly up front, that didn't do enough harassment of the opposition. They were quite good when the ball came to them, but they didn't put themselves enough about to make sure that the opposing defence was under stress all the time. And that was another reason why I, like Hamish, was more surprised that Paul Sturrock didn't come on, because he does harass the opposition.
We talk a lot about jinxes and hoodoos in football. We love to talk of those kind of superstitions. I mean, do you believe in them? Is there now a Dundee United hoodoo at Hampden?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, really. Obviously, they're going to sit back and look at it, and not probably tonight. In 2 or 3 weeks' time, they'll think it may possibly be a jinx, but it's not. I mean, teams get to the finals and lose, and obviously they'll win one occasionally. You know, they're going to win one.
They've been all over Europe, Hamish. They've gone to the big stadium. They've been to Barcelona. They've played everywhere and done well and never showed the slightest sign of nerves. But somehow, when it comes to Hampden, they don't show their true form, and that's the greatest sadness of all, because they're such a good side.
That's right. Today, I don't think. I think it's probably been all season that they've struggled with the balance up front, as who to pick as your front three, and that's probably today. That they never, as Jim said, they never really played as a unit up front. Individually, they did well, but I don't think there's a jinx. It's something that you either play. And now that's in the past again, as Eamon, we heard them saying earlier on. But it's very, very difficult to get it out of your mind. But players are funny kind of people. They start believing all kind of things. But we're past it now, Jim. So it's we can say there's no jinx or what. But you've got to give credit to Celtic.
Yeah. Credit particularly, I think, to Billy McNeill, Jim, your old teammate of Lisbon Lions days. What a job he has done.
Yes, the club was in bad need of a shake-up when he came up, and he did that. He made some very good buys. Andy Walker came in, Frank McAvenny came up. Billy Stark was an excellent buy. A little bit surprised he wasn't on from the beginning. Took a little bit of a chance with Joe Miller, because Joe has not been setting the header on fire in the last 2 or 3 months or so. But he ran well this afternoon. Things didn't come off for him all the time, but when he got the ball, he always committed his defender, and that keeps the defence doing the thing that they're supposed to be doing. Of course, doesn't allow them to come forward and assist to their own midfield or forwards. And I think you give every man credit this afternoon.
Yes, yeah. I think that's the closest I've ever seen Big Billy coming to having a tear in the eye. He looked genuinely emotional.
Well, as I said to you before the game, the pressure was really on him today. The support demanded an awful lot, and they weren't going to settle for anything less than the double. I mean, in a sense, it would have been a failure for them if they hadn't. It
would have ended the season on a down note.
Yeah, sure.
Perhaps unfairly.
And as you say, there might have been free seats tonight at the Celtic story in the pavilion, yeah.
All right, so there it is. Thanks very much for being with us, Jim, Hamish. Good to see you again. We're almost out of time in this Cup Final Sports, and let's quickly remind you again of our Goal of the Season competition winners. 6 of them. We'll be in touch with them. Those were the goals which Andy Roxburgh decided were the outstanding goals. The Goal of the Season scored by Mark Walters against Hamish McAlpin and Raith Rovers. There are the winners: Mr Christie of Aberdeen, Mr Davis of Glasgow, Mr Kerr of Dundee, Mr Oliver of Edinburgh, Mr Shaw of Glasgow, and Mr Wallace from Curry in Midlothian. Enjoy your day out as our guests, and well done to you. And that is it. It's a grand old team to say for, as the song, to play for, as the song says. It certainly has been, and never more so than in the centenary season of the Celtic Football Club. They have done the league and cup double, and great will be the celebrations. The Celtic story, the musical of the club's history, is currently playing in Glasgow. That will be the place to be tonight. From all of us in Cup Final Sports Scene, a very goodbye.